Man, I learned when I was younger, like, you can't put your expectation of me on me. I'm me, you feel me? And you're not gonna ever make me feel bad for it. You're not gonna, make me react to how you reacting to me. I don't care, I'm me. And if I part of who I am, is disrespectful or is, crossing the line of like basic things, I'm gonna check myself. But, we all are individuals. So for you to think my balance or my ratio, I'm too this or too that, and I ain't got enough of this and enough of that, that's all love. Just keep it to yourself.
This is the segment I've been wanting to do, kind of near to my little project, baby. This is called "But You Still Give a Fuck About" segment, where I am going to start talking about some shit that I think is just outlandish that niggas actually give a fuck about. So, my first thing, there are literally countries being bombed in the whole goddamn world. There are civil wars being started. Motherfuckers who can't even get fresh water, Flint, Michigan. Motherfuckers who can't even fucking get a good sense of health care. Babies who have swollen stomachs because their water is infested with parasites. People dying of COVID. But you still give a fuck about niggas shaking their ass and pretending to have babies. There is a president, and yes, Joe Biden, I'm talking to you, who, let's be honest, when was the last time you heard Joe Biden do anything?
That nigga is barely breathing.
But you still get a fuck about
this nigga had, listen, this is how old this motherfucker is. He had a colonoscopy and appointed Kamala Harris as the president temporarily because he thought he was going to die doing the colonoscopy.
But you still give a fuck about the BET Awards? Niggas!
It's bigger shit going on.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Niggas.
It's the shit we care about.
Why are you giving a fuck about these things?
Meanwhile,
a gallon of milk is going up from $3.50 to $6. But you give a fuck about what Bonqueefly is doing? You care that Megan Thee Stallion? Did you know Megan Thee Stallion dropped is sponsoring Popeyes?
Yeah, but Popeyes.
Nigga, you give a fuck? Oh my God. I can't do it. Listen. I'm a big fan of learning.
Congrats to her though, but come on.
No, not congrats. No, this is not shit we should give a fuck about. You should give a fuck about where your money is going. Right. You should give a fuck about healthcare. You should give a fuck about the fact that there are schools.
The people that we elect to be in Congress.
Nigga.
Motherfuckers who make the laws that dictate how we live.
Nigga, how many of y'all went out to vote? Election was November 2nd, 2021. How many of y'all went out to vote?
Crickets.
Please insert cricket track.
Well, I think a lot of niggas voted. It's about this election, like the Congress elections, like city elections.
Any of them. The niggas who directly affect your life.
Niggas only vote in presidential elections. Like niggas don't, I hate to say it, but niggas don't give a fuck about Congress.
You mean the motherfuckers who make your current law? We're not talking about president. We're not talking about a figurehead. We're not talking about a nigga who look pretty. We're not talking about niggas like that.
That's the thing. Most niggas don't understand government and how it works. The president is just the mascot. Congress is the motherfuckers really in control. You know, sure, a president, he can do an executive order. But, you know, Congress has control and niggas really don't understand that concept. So it's like, you know, they don't vote because they don't think it's going to make a difference, which, I mean, yeah, I can understand that viewpoint, but you got, you know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Facts, my guy. Niggas give a fuck about their neck and their frontals getting whacked and young. But did you give a fuck about your sexual health, niggas? When's the last time you got tested with HIV/AIDS? When's the last time you figured out if that little weird ass pimple on your coochie lips was infected or not? Niggas, when's the last time you got your shit tested? When's the last time you got COVID tested? Are you all vaccinated?
Probably fucking not. And that's another thing that fucking kills me. Is like niggas will put anything in their body. You popping perks, you popping Molly, you drinking liquor, you don't drink no goddamn
Whoa. I gotta stop you there, nigga. We drinking look our damn selves, okay?
Yeah, but we ain't doing no hard shit. I'm talking about motherfuckers who don't even drink water. But you concerned about a COVID vaccine. Nigga, you smoke crack.
Please don't smoke crack.
Like, what? But you don't want to get a fucking vaccine?
No, nigga. If you want to sit there and make your mixtape heard. Your fucking mixtape. Yo, goddamn, nigga, you can't even rap. You can't rap, niggas. Stop it. You can't rap.
You 40. Stop. You
40. 40.
You
goddamn, you
40 with 5 kids.
No, you 40 years old. You still rent an apartment. No, not any apartment. The same goddamn apartment you got an 18 your daddy gave you.
Right. And living with your baby mama in your baby mama's apartment.
Nigga, you are 40 years old and you got a wife. I ain't saying having a wife or a husband or kids is the end all be all. Not by a long shot. You can live a whole successful life without having kids. Cool. But I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't be doing the same shit you doing when you was 18. No, I'm just saying. No. If you are fucking 30 and you in the same goddamn boat you was in when you was 18.
Like, you niggas gotta grow, man.
Please.
Gotta let it go.
And you give a fuck about this shit.
Yes.
Come on now. You don't even know.
You a 40-year-old struggling rapper.
You don't even know your goddamn American history.
But you worried about a vaccine. Let that sink in. You don't even drink. You don't know what water tastes like. You worried about a vaccine.
Your cousin is fucking walking this earth with mental disorders like schizophrenia, schizoaffective, bipolars, and because his uncle, which is probably your stepdad, was touching his ass. And it's highly terrible. But you don't give a fuck about that. No. You give a fuck about the fact that nigga came out gay.
Another thing. Once again, look out for the Black mental health episode.
And once again, please check out homophobia in Black community. You give a fuck about the wrong shit.
Right, because we just gloss over Black mental health because it doesn't exist. Like niggas can't be sad.
I'm tired. Like, honestly, God, I'm just so fucking tired. Like, come on. You go to the club every goddamn weekend. Let me ask you something. What's a rough hour away?
Celebrating?
What, nigga, not even what you celebrating. Nigga, why do you deserve to celebrate? You work 40 hours a week. You paid your bills. Kudos. I will clap for you. You got my clap. Kudos. A lot of niggas can't do this shit. But let me ask you something. When you turn 60 years old, you won't be working?
That part. I'm not trying to. When I'm 40, I ain't even trying to be working.
Nigga, when I'm 30, I ain't trying to be working. That shit's 2 years away.
Listen, we gonna be millionaires by then. I'm putting it out.
And I'm not even gonna talk about women. Listen, I know no one wants to hear this, and yes, I know proportionally speaking, most of the people in the world are women. Yes, it's beautiful. But if you're a lady and you still need a man to get you from point A to point B, what are you doing? You give a fuck about what's going on in this nigga's phone. Can you give a fuck about what your kids are doing? Can you give a fuck about the fact that, when's the last time you had a pap smear? I don't know. My coochie smell like fresh fish. Oh, God damn it. I'm still getting nickels. What the fuck? What the fuck? Come on. And then don't get me started about fucking niggas who be fucking this bitch.
Man.
You give a fuck about this bitch, but you don't give a fuck about your own health.
Your own kids.
Give more fuck about the fact you have no idea what's going on in the stock market. So your money is staying in your pocket where you go out to the club, spend it on what? We're just talking basic numbers here. You go to the fucking strip club, $20 a park, $20 get in, $40, poof. You want to get a dance by the good
nigga, I went to a strip club here, nigga. $40 for parking, and we in front of a motherfucking Waffle House. $40 to get in. Then $40 for hookah. Mind you, this is a strip club. Before you even walk through the door, you done spent about $120. Yeah, just to walk through the door. You ain't even got your ones yet. You ain't even went to the bar and got your ones.
You give a fuck. You give a fuck about Cookie giving you a nice ass dance. Cookie just made $120. Cookie doing good. Cookie doing great. Cookie's on fire. Okay, your dumb ass is the one feeding that goddamn fire. Let me ask you something, nigga. You give a fuck?
Meanwhile, your daughter at home hungry.
Oh my God! Don't talk about the daughter. Nigga, I know this sound real stupid.
I can hear her stomach growling.
Nigga, I know this. Nigga, I know this sound real stupid.
For just 80 cents a day.
You can feed
your
them.
daughter, nigga.
You can afford it. Oh, nigga, let me get this shit out. Okay? I know this shit sounds stupid. But let me ask you something. It sounds really stupid, but do you know how to make a fire? So, without a lighter, can you make a basic fire? Because I'm more asking this shit because, like, realistically speaking, if your happy ass keeps doing this dumb shit, end up being homeless on the street, like homelessness is a legit ass problem, and you gotta sit there and make basic heat just so you don't die. Can you make fire without a lighter? Nope.
Man, they ought to.
Do you know where all your homeless shelters are in town? Do you know when it's open? Do you? Question, when your check engine light come on, do you gotta take it to the nigga who actually knows what he's doing, or you just get stuck?
No, they go to a nigga that know how to turn the light off.
You give a fuck about some 22-inch rims that looks pretty. You give a fuck about spending a shit ton of money at the strip club, but you don't give a fuck what's in your savings. Yeah. You give a fuck about having the baddest bitch in your small ass population of 1,000 ass town, but you don't give a fuck about leaving. Don't talk to me, please. Please get out of my fucking mind.
Priorities fucked up.
Motherfucker.
One thing that I realized, especially when joining the military, a lot of shit is just about sacrifice. And it's a mentality. It's like when I go in the store, there's a lot of shit I want to buy, but I'm like, okay, what do I need? And what do I want? My wants can wait. And that's a part of sacrifice. You know, sometimes you can't get everything that you want, but that's life. Not just materialistic things, but it's just like you can't get everything you want in life. So you have to sacrifice. And a lot of motherfuckers don't want to sacrifice.
A lot of motherfuckers don't even know what it means to sacrifice because, again, I hate to do this. I love my ladies. I love everybody. But like, especially when you develop a type of spoiled lifestyle where you don't need to actually sacrifice because you learn that you can just use a nigga and do some shit. Like, how do you know how to take care of yourself if every day of your life you walk down the street, someone take care of you? You don't know what it's like to live. You don't know what it's like to have to. I'm not saying you should know how to scrap and scrounge, but you should at least know how to save, identify your wants and needs, how to get your wants and needs by yourself without having to try to manipulate and peruse a man. And brothers, how do you know that you about to find real love if every fucking time you meet a bitch that's pretty, you keep doing the exact same shit? But you give a fuck about the newest rapper. You give a fuck about Boosie and Lil Nas X, but you don't give a fuck about learning basic relationship skills. Maybe when your girlfriend is like saying, "Oh, you need to do this and you need to do that." Maybe she might be right. I hate to say it. Maybe she's right.
You'll be surprised how many motherfuckers don't know how to effectively communicate, and it's like, and I guess it might be a part of mental illness because it's like I mean a lot of women, and it's just like no matter what the age is, it's like whether they're 30 or whether they're 24, 25, it's like nobody really knows how to effectively communicate because I feel like nobody wants to be vulnerable. Sure. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'm a very shameless person. So I just say whatever the fuck is on my mind because that's how I feel, and if I feel it, you're gonna feel it. And I'd rather be real than to not say anything at all.
And I go side with you on that one.
But it's like I'd rather say a lot and say everything than to just say nothing. And a lot of people just don't know how to communicate.
Especially my brothers. Like we are. I mean, I only speak from my own personal experiences. I'm very vocal. Like if I feel some type of way, you're gonna know. And I have run into many of people who have a problem with this. Like it's not a matter of, oh, well, you need to stop expressing yourself this way, or, oh, you need to stop acting this way, or whatever bullshit people want to create. It's a matter of can you talked about your feelings? Do you know how to express your anger without breaking heads?
Right.
Do you know how to say you're sad without going and hit the bottle? Do you know how to
or without throwing a temper tantrum like a child?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's the three. Like I was telling someone the other day, it's about communication, comprehension, understanding, and trust. Those are like and loyalty. That's like my top 5 things. Because you can't have one without the other. Like, we can communicate, but if you don't comprehend what I'm saying and you don't understand it, we're not going to get nowhere.
Right.
We're just going to be arguing. But it's just that at first, in order to do any of this, you first have to open up and be vulnerable and be open to listening.
You got to be open to at least change.
That too.
It sucks to hear it, but like, change is necessary.
It is. It
really is.
You can't say the same. You got to evolve.
And you should be happy being the same. Like, you're not 12.
Yes.
You're 32. You're not 18.
You're fucking 24.
Like, you have, your life is not the same.
Yeah, you gotta grow the fuck up.
And it was worse. The world is not the same, bro. Sis, listen. Yeah, no, I said, bro, sis, I'm talking to both of you. Like, if you don't change, and the word and the greatest shit I've heard, if you don't go with the world, it will leave you behind.
You evolve or you perish.
Thank you. You either survival of the fittest. Either you change with the environment or it eats you
alive.
And what you gonna do? Go to your mama? She dead.
You either adapt.
Your mama dead. She ain't gonna say, bro.
Or you die. And that's the reality of it.
And with that note, I would like to say thank you again for checking another episode of 2CC's The Blackery with your co-host Cosmos.
And I'm Carrie.
Thank you all. Have a good one.